In my talk, I try to help the viewer, the spectator, to understand the omnipresent but also the very influential role of design in shaping society, and also to help us understand why it's actually so hard to act in favor of society. And then I distinguished 4 types of approaches to social design, which is the one to support the well-being of disadvantaged people, to support the well-being of all of the community, to improve our governmental structures, or actually developing new community structures. And then I just shortly presented projects in each of these categories.
What's your stand like?
Well, as long as the economic system is so dominant in how we appreciate value, I think we should not ignore this. So, and I truly think that our capitalist system, our consumerist system that addresses our individual interests so well and thereby produce economic gain, they can actually be a driver and a balance to also achieve social value. So actually I think we should try to develop designs that maximize both, that actually address also your individual concerns as well as our social ones, because we should not ignore that we also want to compete and that we want to have status, and it's not that you can rule out this tendency or this nature or this part of nature of human beings. So we should also address that. So yeah, I think there is a way of bringing both together. Yeah, I think you're touching upon 2 things here. I think one of the things that is in favor of social design is that the government is really looking for new ways to solve the issues. They see that campaigns do not work or do only part of the job. So they are really looking for new interventions to promote pro-social behavior. But then what I found in practice is that there are 2 problems in actually doing social design projects for governments. Is often that, as a design agency, you still operate in the private sphere, so you need to gain a business. So that means you have a certain price, and that governments are not used to have these commercial business prices. So often they are very, in favor of doing work with social designers, but then they like, whoa, does it cost this much? They are not aware of how the economic system works and how businesses need to, sustain. And the other thing is that to get it implemented, it depends really on your outcome. So if it's really an object, it's really hard for a government to implement that. So then you need to find the other partners to be able to implement it. So in that sense, there is a lot to optimize also in the process and actually the implementation of social design. And also the design project itself. Yes. No, so what we're currently working on is, so I developed a method to go about this type of social design, and at one point it's really about value reflection, and I also encourage design teams to include philosophers in this. So what norms, what values would you want to embed within your design, and yes, you need to be critical about it, and you need to have a debate about it, which one to be implemented. But I do think that it's a good thing that the designer takes the responsibility to do this explicitly rather than implicitly. So.